welcome to this explainer. Millions of people around the world know him as Harry Potter, right? The boy who discovered a magical world and became literally one of the most famous characters in cinema history. But behind the glasses, the wand, and all that overwhelming fame, there is this incredibly captivating story. We're talking about a young actor who grew up in front of the entire world and the really deliberate choices he made to forge his own distinct path. So let's dive right into the incredible journey of Daniel Radcliffe. Now, while millions are always going to associate him with the boy who lived, the real story here is how he transitioned into a truly versatile actor. We see it all the time, child stars struggling to transition into adulthood, getting totally boxed into that one role that made them famous. But Daniel, he really fought to build this respected, highly eclectic career, far, far beyond his iconic Hogwarts uniform. Section 1. Early Life and the Discovery. Let's look at where this story actually begins, way before the magic. Born in London in 1989, Daniel was basically surrounded by the entertainment industry from day one. His dad was a literary agent and his mom worked in casting. By 1999, at just 10 years old, he made his acting debut in a television adaptation of David Copperfield. And then came the pivotal year, 2000. Director Chris Columbus was frantically searching for the perfect kid to play Harry Potter. And the moment he saw Daniel, he just knew he had found his star. By 2001, that first film dropped, and well, it completely changed cinematic history. So at exactly 11 years old, Daniel was officially cast as Harry Potter. Just let that number sink in for a second. 11. This was the start of a monumental, decade-long journey that completely defined his childhood and reshaped his entire future. Can you even imagine securing the role of a lifetime before you even enter middle school? It's wild. And it's pretty clear why he was chosen. Director Chris Columbus actually noted that Daniel had this amazing mix of curiosity, emotion, and a really natural connection with the character. He didn't just look the part, He genuinely embodied that vulnerable yet brave spirit that millions of readers had already completely fallen in love with. Moving on to Section 2, becoming a global phenomenon. When the first film hit theaters in 2001, the franchise became an unprecedented worldwide success. Overnight, Daniel became one of the most recognizable kids on the planet. And over the next decade, audiences literally watched him star in a staggering 8 Harry Potter films. That is 8 massive blockbuster premieres, 8 global press tours. We watched him transition from a wide-eyed child into an incredibly determined young adult on screen, perfectly mirroring the very character he was playing. Which brings us to Section 3, the pressure of fame. Of course, it wasn't all magic behind the scenes. Growing up famous came with some seriously isolating challenges. Just think about it. While Daniel was trying to navigate the completely normal milestones of adolescence, like balancing schoolwork and just maintaining normal friendships, he was simultaneously growing up with the entire world watching his every single move. He was the anchor for the biggest movie franchise ever created. The sheer psychological weight of that responsibility is honestly hard to overstate. So, after spending so many formative years as the boy wizard, Daniel faced this incredible challenge, proving that he was more than just one character. As we've seen, the industry is just littered with child stars who struggle after landing an iconic role. The whole world knew him as Harry, but he needed to show them he was Daniel Radcliffe, the actor. This leads us right into Section 4, finding a new identity. When the franchise finally ended, Daniel made some incredibly surprising, very deliberate choices. Instead of just chasing traditional blockbuster fame, he purposefully took on these unusual projects to really map out a creative reinvention. He jumped right into the dark thriller genre with The Woman in Black. Then he totally shocked the world by taking on a highly complex stage performance in Equus. And then he leaned hard into the bizarre indie scene with Swiss Army Man, literally playing a flatulent corpse. By choosing these wildly different genres, he absolutely demanded to be seen as a versatile and fearless actor. What these career choices highlighted was an intentional focus on confidence and creativity. He wasn't interested in just chasing that same type of megastardom. Instead, he focused entirely on honing his craft, taking massive risks, and becoming a well-rounded performer. He really relied on his talent and curiosity, rather than just leaning back on his established fame. And finally, Section 5, a lasting legacy. Daniel Radcliffe's story completely breaks the mold of typical child stardom. He didn't burn out, and he certainly didn't fade away. Yes, he achieved massive global fame at a really young age, but he didn't stop there. By exploring incredibly diverse roles across multiple genres, he absolutely proved that his identity extends far beyond Harry Potter. He successfully transformed overwhelming childhood fame into enduring Hollywood longevity and profound respect from his peers. While he's always going to be cherished as Harry Potter by millions of fans, his journey proves he is an artist with just boundless range. He conquered the magical world as a child. So what world will Daniel Radcliffe conquer next? From a young boy chosen to play a magical hero to an actor exploring new worlds beyond Hogwarts, this is the story of Daniel Radcliffe. And this is USA Diverse. Explore, discover, understand America.